lo and behold, I went to go and whatever it was on Google, probably spell a word or something, or look a word up, make sure I spelt it right. And on the home page, Chile's ancient mummies are thousands of years older than the Egyptian. Strange looking things, and they're not particularly big people at all. But I thought that was very interesting. After doing all the Indian stuff, we come across even more mummies now. There's a little bit of information there which you'd like to stop. They say that they are from 7,000 years ago. Wow. They do have... I knew it when I saw it. I knew it when I saw this woman, which we're going to come across in a moment. I mean, there's not so much left of these ones, and they do have masks on, and they are put in clay. It's almost like he's lost his hands and his feet. It's a bit weird, that. But they're supposed to be old, but they've got like material around them, so that lasted, but their hands and feet don't seem to be there. That was The Guardian. Put that out today. And then of course there are those statues in the desert, and it was her head. Do you see that? Look at her head. You know, it would not be like this. I thought, she's got an elongated head just like the others. So we're just looking at some pictures of them, and then we're going to come across it, because I did find a tiny bit of information. But at least someone reported it, I suppose. Do you see what I mean? Where's their feet and hands? And they look like got straw in them or something. Look how small that is. Is it just me, or does that look quite small? I don't know, I don't really understand these mummies, but they're supposed to be thousands of years old, so again they look futuristic almost, don't they? Like they've come out of a film, the masks. Crazy. Even him, I thought his hair, he's got to have a... Look at that one, they've got bigger heads. Anyway, we'll see that in a moment when I see the information. I'm quite happy that I found that though, because tick another lot. I'm not sure if I did Chile in my Indian ones, but obviously most of South America seems to be Indian, so, or derived from Indian. See, that one had stuff around it, all that lasted, but their hands and feet don't last. That's really weird. And then they say, go, head bounding, and it's teardrop shape, just up there. Let's have a look, stop that, just here. Oh, those are the Peruvians with teardrop shaped. Because you put in something, you never, you know, sometimes you don't get what you want, do you? But anyway, there's the Peruvian ones. But obviously we're looking at the ones from Chile. And look what it says there. Most common mummification were the black mummies and the red mummies. What types of mummies were there? So I'm just looking up a few things about them. There you go, 7,000 years ago. Anyway, look it all up yourself. Some of the mummies are starting to decompose, but it's probably because they've moved them and everything. They were fine where they were. There are. I did find a bit which we're going to see in a minute. So there you go. It doesn't really, some of these things never really answer your question, not really. It gives you a question rather than answers the question. That's a politician, isn't it? Anyway, we're moving on. There, that one there, I think she's, well, that one of the little girls has this. Well, she was tiny. She was only 6 inches big, so it must have been a miscarry. Oh, there you go. And it's strange because a lot of the Chileans derive from Spain. They've got Spanish descent. Can you believe that? Like, what? Spanish descent. And here we're just looking, there's just like so many questions. So there's just saying it was the Alcon kings who had the elongated heads. The Incas had them, the Mayans had them, and then, and there you go, I was just looking up a few questions. There you go. Now that is one of the mummies. It's a little mummified. It's only 6 inches big. Tiny little thing. It's got quite a long neck, hasn't it? A little bit of information there if you want to stop and read it. But what it was is I was thinking, wow, where am I going to find that in there? There was just a sentence, which we'll go back to in a second, but I was just showing you if you want to stop and read it, just stop and read it. But when you go back to where I saw it here, there you go. It's from The Guardian. It says that this one had an elongated cone shape. So I knew it. I knew they did because I could see it in the pictures with the woman. But there you go. So they also had elongated heads as well. And in here they're saying that all the people were bound. But why would you do such a horrible thing? Because it's, well, I want to be fashionable. I'm going to bind my head. It just, with all the things that happened or built and what they did, it just seems a really strange thing to do. You know, and Brian Forrester reckon that they are different people. And they're quite small anyway. Anyway, what's your thoughts then? That these mummies are much older than the Egyptians. They look a little bit strange, but what's your thoughts on that? I suppose you would be if you were 7,000 years dead, but anyway, what's your thoughts on this video?